All right, everybody, we're here at the first day of the Crown Rally. This is the staging area. You can see all these cars lined up, and we have all of the beautiful VIP members cars over there. Those are the really, really rich people. Ooh. Yeah. So we have like Lamborghinis, McLarens, the Ferraris, the Mercedes SLSs, and stuff like that.
I see a Mustang over there.
A regular Mustang? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have all the money in the world. You just have to be able to donate large portions of it, and you get that VIP badge.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is last night they had like a driver's meeting, and they said they raised over $100,000 for the donations to, what is it, Rally for a Cause?
Yeah, that was, most of that was from just 2 participants who raised $30-something thousand each.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. So those guys both won first place in the donations contest.
Yeah.
But there's some really cool stuff here. I mean, you got like your classic Nissan GTRs, you got your Audi R8s, and some of those R8s have V10s in them, by the way, which is awesome. But you also have like obscure stuff like this Mustang here. We got this crazy pickup truck, classic. I'm sure that thing hauls ass. And then we have a Pantera right there, which is awesome. Super cool to see. I was really hoping that we would see something a little bit more obscure, you know, because there's a ton of R8s here, there's a ton of Lamborghinis here, and it's surprisingly, for the price point, there's a lot of McLarens here also. I have not seen another Viper yet, but we're going to do a walkthrough of this and check out what this looks like. So that'll be pretty cool. Last night we were fortunate enough to get the hotel room to stay in town between day 0 and day 1. So we were able to stay at the hotel room with all the other VIP people and the people who booked for that pre-show party. And then we also got to park our car in the maximum security parking garage for the night, which is great, especially
you have a picture of, right?
I do have a picture of it here.
The spot.
Yeah, we had the prime parking space that we only had to Austin Powers our way out of to get out of the parking garage. But let's go take a walk around and see what cool cars they have.
Wiping his car down.
Morning.
They had dirty from the back rows yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's cool. Dude, that Challenger looks awesome. VIP section.
Yeah, VIPs got the cars. Dude, that Ford Focus over there, man.
Oh no.
The VIP. You know, about a lot of BMWs. Look at this guy. There's Monte Carlo here. This thing's all dragged out. Oh, T-top. Look at this T-top with the roll cages. That shifter, man. Removable steering wheel. Look at all the money in this engine. Supercharged, it's awesome. Here we go, Fast and Furious style. Got a NSX over there.
He's got his Cobra window off.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it flew off or what, because it looks like it's just taped on.
It's screwed down. It screws down.
Oh yeah, it does screw down, huh? That's cool. Some Porsches, you know, surprisingly not as many Porsches as I would have thought.
It's a one mini.
Some more BMWs. You got another Ford.
He's got custom Yoshi stickers.
That's awesome.
Bananas
dude,
on
look
the
at
top.
this thing over here, man. Was that a Bel Air?
Yeah, that's cool.
Got a new Supra. So you got the old Supra back there. You got the new Supra up here. A lot of Camaros, another R8. Let's go look at this Bel Air. Is that what this thing is? Yeah, man, it's a Bel Air. Let's see what we got under the hood. Currently working on it right now.
Look at that camera car.
Oh yeah, that thing with the whole rig going around it. So I'm sure that we're gonna get some awesome shots here later. All right, so I guess now all we have to do is, yeah, this was from the 90s.
Yeah.
90s vet. Basically, all we have to do now is just chill out and wait for the launch, and we'll see you guys there. So on day one, we launched in front of the Capitol building in St. Paul, Minnesota. You can see back there the beautiful Capitol building. And this is us all lined up. And of course, we're starting off behind the Mustang. So that was an awesome smell to be behind.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was insane to be there with so many cars. I think it was like 101, right? Cars launching the first day.
Yeah, there was at least 101. I mean, maybe there was a couple of more because there seemed to be like some luggage cars and stuff like that. But yeah, 101 supercars. I think on another video they said it was in the tens of millions of dollars worth of cars launching right there. And it was just super cool to get there. It was a little intimidating, I think, like being there at first. You know, there's just like, you know, we were there on day 0, but then in that first day when we first arrived and seeing all these cars, it seemed like everybody kind of knew each other. Yeah. But I guess it just ended up being like everybody's just so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And especially, you know, you're kind of get that those really exclusive people off on their own side, you know, displayed. But still, everyone was super cool. And launching here, man, peeling out, like when we just took off, everyone just took out like a bat out of hell. And I think the Wario guys threw out some smoke bombs because there was this super sulfur smell.
Yeah, it was a very sulfury, smoky smell. We thought it maybe was a car had blown up in front of us, or like that Bel Air supposedly been having some trouble. But yeah, it was like a big cloud of purple smoke down the road. So that was really cool. And then getting up on this expressway, there was a lot of really interesting driving going on.
Lots of weaving by people.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. You could see, you know, we were driving judiciously like we always do. But it was really cool seeing a lot of the cars, hearing like these cars really accelerate. It was kind of like Cannonball Run, you know, it's just kind of like release the cars, that everybody just goes and does whatever they're onto their own devices. And then here was the real big brake check. Yeah, it's like make sure everybody's brakes work before we hit the road. So we kind of got separated from everybody right then because we had to stop for gas because we didn't want to miss the launch. The launch was a little bit looser than I thought it was going to be, so we ended up not going for gas before the launch, but we stopped for gas and then we were just kind of on our own for a while. We were behind this guy on the motorcycle for, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or so, and he had a really good pace, so we didn't need to pass him or anything, and it was just a really awesome scenic route. You know, we're from Illinois, especially like near the Great Lakes, you know, Lake Michigan area, and so it's really flat where we live, and it's kind of unusual for me at least to see these really canyonous cliffside regions of you know, northwest Illinois, southeast Minnesota, Wisconsin, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, look at this.
This was crazy. These are blades from windmills, and they are huge. They're over a train car and a half long. Yeah. That in person, cars, in person they look so much more intense than they actually did in this video. Is you can't really appreciate how big those things were. But that was really awesome to see. And then just like, you know, cutting to another part here, just hitting these roads. They're curvy. You know, we unfortunately kind of missed out on taking video of some of the roads because we didn't have the camera out for everything. But there was a lot of like canyonous twisting turns of like climbing up the mountains in second gear, and the suggested speed going around the corner for some of these was 10 miles an hour. Like imagine how tight the turn has to be for a suggested 10-mile-an-hour speed. That's how tight these things were going up the side of this cliff. It was awesome.
Yeah, doing stuff like this, it's like you're seeing a totally different part of America. that a huge population doesn't even know exists and has never seen. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
If you're just hanging out in the city most of the time, like, you have no idea what the United States even looks like. And, you know, this is the Midwest here. Like, this is what the Midwest really is. And this is like 60 mile an hour, single or 2-lane roads going through these woods and stuff. Like, this is the old American highway system. This is how you would have traveled, you know, pre-World War II, before they built up the interstate highways.
That was confusing.
Yeah.
There's probably a car stopped up here somewhere, so
There is a car stop.
yeah, that's what it says.
Like a warning.
Yeah. Watch over here. Yep. Side of the road. So if I speak into this thing, it'll hear us? Alright, so we are day 1 of the Crown Rally, and coming up on our first stop for lunch at Vernon Vineyard in Wisconsin. And so we're like 10 minutes out. We've driven 178 miles so far from St. Paul to Wisconsin. We jumped between Minnesota and Wisconsin a couple times, passing some lakes, going over the borders, and it's hilarious, the experience using the app Zello, which is a walkie-talkie app that everybody on the ground is advised to get, so you can hear all these conversations between the cars. It's like being part of an old trucker crew. Everybody, you know, telling people where cops are, shouting out cars that are getting pulled over. Many cars that are getting pulled over. The Oreo and Waluigi cart, their axle blew out, so we passed them, even though they were part of the VIP package who left first. We heard that their axle blew out, and we passed them probably like 30 minutes later.
There might have been another Corvette that lost a transmission. No, the blue Corvette, the older one, maybe.
The older Corvette, yeah. So we'll update you guys when we get to the vineyard, and we're gonna have some lunch, stretch our legs, and talk to the other rally members.
Yeah, check out these roads. They're sweet.
Yeah.
Look at that bump right there.
These back roads are crazy. We've been going it's kind of like off an highway trail, and we're on this back road area now.
And it's still at highway speed, so you're just one lane like this, cruising at 55 miles an hour,
Yeah.
hitting these turns. You just watch out for some loose gravel, and everything's been awesome.
Yeah. I think, is that a rally member up there?
Might be, it was an M3.
What's up?
At least the GoPro has so much weird stable had like the lag.
If you guys want, you can back up right next to his.
Sounds good to me.
So we're here at the wrap up of the lunch, the day 1 lunch here. It's basically checkpoint 1 really of the Crown Rally. You can see I'm getting a lot of sun on my face. So the sunglasses take care of that. Phil's getting a lot of sun too. Yeah, so we're driving with the top down, and it's really enjoyable. You know, like Phil was saying, hearing the radio chatter and everything is pretty interesting. It makes it kind of like a video game. Even though we're not trying to deal with problems from the police, there's a lot of people who are driving pretty crazy, and it's fun, but you know, we're trying to be responsible and judicious about what we do. So we haven't had any problems so far, other than day 0 gave us a little bit of trouble, but this vineyard is just, it's super beautiful. You see all these rolling hills in the background and these just grapevines, I imagine, just sprawling in these fields. It's super nice, and you could take a walk around here and just enjoy it all. The weather is real nice. The sun's a little hot right now, but we're underneath this tent, and the wind is pretty good. I'm sure you guys could hear in the background the muscly engines and turbochargers taking off down the road.
Looks like something you'd find in some sort of Scandinavian cult movie.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like driving it through the countryside here in Wisconsin. When we got off the highway, it was all 55, 60 miles an hour and these really windy, curvy, tight roads. And it's kind of like playing like a video game like Forza Horizon or something like that, where you just drive wherever you want. You're just in these country roads, and it's just beautiful. And you can take your car on these twisties and stuff. So I think we're going to be heading out here pretty soon. We're going to be receiving the next checkpoint itinerary, and then that'll lead us on our path. Hopefully we don't get caught in the dragnet of police that are chasing down all of the lead cars. So, all right.
So yeah, after we left the vineyard, we basically just hit the road again, and we were on our way to Cedar Rapids, right? We were on our way to Iowa. So we had gone into Wisconsin, and then now we're going back out of Wisconsin, back on these canyonous roads here into Iowa. And right before this, I think the week before this, or maybe even like just a few days before the rally, you'll see later on in the video what we're talking about. There was this massive storm that hit the Midwest, and even over in Chicago, we got hit by huge rainfall, tons of winds and stuff. And we thought it was bad by us, but you'll see what we're talking about in a minute as we come into Cedar Rapids. So they instructed us to make sure that we got fuel before we passed Dubuque, Iowa, because anything south of that was having so much problems with their infrastructure, and because of the storm, that there was no gasoline for anybody down there. But until then, we were enjoying the twisty, canyonous runs, and
yeah, this was the part of Wisconsin going into Iowa where it was so canyonous that it seemed like we were in like Europe or like Italy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see it like later on in the video or in another one, but some parts were like there were driveways right off the road that were going up like 45-degree angles, super tight. Like you'd have to get on you'd have to like use a ladder to go up the thing.
I couldn't imagine going up there in the winter.
Right.
With it being frozen or ice or anything. You definitely have to have a four-wheel drive vehicle. Here we're entering Cedar Rapids, and you can really see the damage that there's massive piles of trees and logs and everything everywhere. You could really see the damage. From what I understood, we were being told by some people that there were several microbursts that had hit the area just a few days before. So it was kind of a weird thing for us to be driving these supercars through this area where everybody's kind of like, oh, we almost lost our house to this giant storm.
Bulldozers picking up trees. In the city area, there were just like light posts leaning on buildings.
Oh yeah,
with power lines in between them.
There were like statues, like monuments that were just knocked over from huge winds and stuff. The interesting thing though, like what I was saying about how it was kind of embarrassing to be driving these cars around in a city that was kind of like this. A lot of the residents were telling the crew of Crown Rally that they were really looking forward to this event because it was kind of like a hopeful sign or something that was enjoyable, that they could take their mind off of the damage and destruction that had just happened. So that was kind of a relief, and that was a really cool thing to see people kind of lined up in the streets to wave us through and check out the cars and stuff as we passed. And then we got stuck by the world's slowest train here. So then, and
comedically enough, the hotel was just down the block from where we got stopped. So we were stopped there for, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then we finally got up into the parking garage, which is awesome because we had at least 2 decks of the parking garage just for the Crown Rally, guys. And then it was off to the Black Sheep Social Club for our spectacular dinner here. This was kind of interesting because we didn't really know too many people, and they kind of sat us with some people, and it was awesome because everybody there was so cool.
Yeah, get to meet
we got to meet some new people, and tomorrow is the real fun day. So make sure you guys come back for that day 2 video, which is actually going to be split up into 2 different parts. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.